Hey everyone, welcome to this week's first video. In this video, I will be reading you an article about humidity. This video is directed solely towards a cohort. We just talked about the water cycle in class. We just did an activity. Today's currently Tuesday. We just did our mini lab, and we talked a little bit about humidity and the last few days. So we'll read this article on humidity. You guys will have to answer questions as we go along because this will be converted into an ed puzzle. And then you guys will have another activity that's related to humidity as well. So, have you ever visited a place that just made you feel hot and sticky the entire time, no matter what you did to cool off? I'm sure we've all been there. I know one place, from my childhood that I remember as being really, really humid is the bat exhibit at the zoo. The zoo that I live near is Capron Park Zoo in Attleboro, and I remember always going into the bat, the bat exhibit, and not being really able to breathe that well in there, and a lot of moisture in there, and that's just because they wanted to make it as close to the bat's natural habitat as possible, because the particular bat that was in this exhibit lived in the rainforest. So let's take a look at this picture. This is a waterfall in Cameroon. In Cameroon, it's very hot and humid. Near this waterfall, the humidity, or the amount of water vapor suspended in the air, is so high that it's not easy for many people to breathe. So if you went right up close to that waterfall, you'd have a really tough time breathing. So like I said above, if you've ever been to a place that was just hot and sticky and you can't escape it and you couldn't cool off, that unpleasant feeling is due to humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. If there's a lot of water vapor in the air, the humidity will be high. The higher the humidity, the wetter it feels outside. On weather reports, humidity is usually explained as relative humidity. Relative humidity, which we've talked about in class, is the amount of water vapor actually in the air expressed as a percentage of the maximum amount of water vapor the air can hold at a given temperature. Think of the air at a chilly -10 degrees Celsius, which is 14 degrees Fahrenheit. At that temperature, the air can hold at most 2.2 grams of water per cubic meter. So if there is 2.2 grams of water per cubic meter when it is -10 degrees -10 degrees Celsius outside, we're at an uncomfortable 100% relative humidity. So even though it's cold, the humidity is still 100% because the air is holding the maximum amount of water vapor that is physically possible at that temperature. If there was only 1.1 grams of water in the air at -10 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity would be 50%. When humidity is high, the air is so clogged with water vapor that there isn't room for much else. If you sweat when it's humid, it can be hard to cool off because your sweat can't evaporate into the air like it needs to. When your sweat evaporates off your body, that creates a cooling effect, and that makes us, not suffer that much in the heat. Humidity is blamed for all kinds of negative things, including mold in your house, usually in the bathroom where it's wet a lot of the times. Remember, we talked in class when if you're showering on a cold morning, if you're taking a hot shower, the bathroom gets all steamy. That humidity in the bathroom can cause mold, which isn't good for our health. Moisture from humid air can also condense and settle into electronics. This can interrupt an electronic current, causing a loss of power. Computer and television sets can lose power like this if not protected from the effects of humidity. Living with humidity is easier with the aid of a dehumidifier, which sucks moisture out of the air. High humidity is also associated with hurricanes. Air with high moisture content is necessary for a hurricane to develop. U.S. states such as Texas, Louisiana, which border the very warm Gulf of Mexico, have humid climates. This results in a lot of rainfall, lots of flooding, and the occasional hurricane. All right, that is the end of this article and the video. You guys will have a few more assignments related to humidity after this video. As always, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll get back to you. All right, have a good rest of your day.